Conservative leader in the UK, Boris Johnson, won a sizable victory over Labour Party leader lefty Jeremy Corbyn, and people are wondering if this is a cautionary tale for Democrats in the US to not lean too far left. Could this be a glimpse of our future, ladies? I don't know.
You know something, this is Great Britain, right? I mean, it's like not everything has to be about us.
Yeah.
It may be just be a local thing in Britain. And I was watching it from here, obviously, and I was really impressed by the campaign Boris Johnson ran.
Yeah.
He had some of the best ads I've seen in politics in decades. I don't know who did them. I think we have a clip of one, which I thought was wonderful.
Well.
Well, the punchline is, it's actually, it's a reference to Love Actually.
Love Actually, right.
Right,
Yeah.
And I thought it was very
obviously
effective.
has a sense of humor.
But
he's not a climate denier, by the way.
No, he's not.
Corbyn, the other guy on the left, believed in climate change and everything, but he was a bit of an anti-Semite. So I don't have any issue with the left. And good. I'm glad they were defeated in a certain way because they were really promoting
anti-Semitism. He was an anti-Semite, is putting it mildly, though. 84% of Jewish people in England thought that he was a threat to Jewish people. Half of British Jewish people said they would seriously consider leaving the country if Corbyn won. And I know that maybe we disagree on this, but I actually thought Brexit was a warning shot and a tea leaf that you could read leading up to President Trump. And now you see a complete and total rejection of, there's no politician in this country you can compare to Corbyn, but he is like Bernie Sanders on acid plus anti-Semitism included in it. And the British public completely and utterly rejected it in a historic win, the first in 84 years at any time. And Boris Johnson is an extremely flawed candidate. I've also been following this closely. My husband makes me listen to Brexit podcasts in the morning. But I think that it's not so much a vote for him as it was a vote against this hard line. And the comparisons are, if you are a hard left person in this country and you think there's no place in the middle, there actually is a conservative nationalist movement that's been spreading globally. And I think you can see that right now. And if you're Bernie Sanders, you maybe want to look at some people in the middle because they vote as well.
It also said that the Twitter sphere is not the place for Democrats to base their ideas for the coming campaign.
I was going to make that point, because if you were reading Twitter leading up to it, you would think the exact opposite was going to happen. Or if you listen to some of the commentary or read the media, that's not always a good place to get a sense of how the big chunk of the population is feeling. I also think that this is probably the most consequential election that the UK has had in generations, because it's about Brexit, and that has divided the UK for years now. And he was a flawed candidate, but I think what he did similar to Donald Trump was made his campaign very simple. People knew why he was running and what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And whether you're running as a Democrat or Republican or in the Labor Party or the Conservative Party.
Punted it so much that there was no other option, and he promised. And I think I was watching election coverage last night, and so many people were saying, we just want to get this over with and get it moved on. Again, Brexit happened 2+ years ago, and we want to move forward.
Well, you mentioned Donald Trump. Remember just last week, last week, Boris Johnson and all the other leaders of NATO were laughing and mocking Donald Trump.
Does anybody care here in the United States?
I mean, I know, but it was on Twitter yesterday.
It was on Twitter, yes, but this is anecdotal, but I was asking people, around the building. I was like, do you know who Jeremy Corbyn is? They were like, is it a late-night talk show host? I was like, no, because Donald Trump really is talking about America first, right? He's much more of a white nationalist, in my opinion. He's just, everything is about being at home. That's really what I think Boris Johnson is about also. Brexit is about everything is about England. Everything is about that. And so I don't know that this has anything to do with...
The big difference that I see...
I don't know that we can read that much into this.
What it taught me is you can be a nationalist and all those things without bullying people. Because what Boris Johnson doesn't do is go on Twitter and bully a 16-year-old. It shows you can still be effective. You can still win elections without taking down your intelligence.
Yeah, but he's an Oxford University graduate.
There's no comparison in his education.
He knows how to spell.
To say that he's in some way a traditional candidate.
He didn't go to Trump University.
But he's in no way a traditional politician or a traditional candidate, and that is where the comparisons